Water is an integral part of food. We need water for every part of, whether it's to grow the plant, whether it's to cook the food after we have harvested, we need water. That's why the theme of this webinar is titled Water is Food. Water. A bit again about South Africa is that we work with smallholder farmers. We are countries, and 15 of these 17 countries are in Africa. And by the end of the year 2021, we've already reached 607 farmers. That's a lot. Over 500,000 farmers. In West Africa, I know we had reached over 170,888 farmers. And to our work and how we're conserving water and how we're integrating water with agriculture. I have 3 panelists to us, and my very first panelist that I'm going to be introducing is our intern in-house, my colleague from our Malawi program. I'm going to bring Smorden is an agripreneur and WASH program manager, and is also the regional advisor for South Africa, Malawi. WASH is an acronym for water, sanitation, and hygiene, as most of us know. For health, for socioeconomic development, livelihoods, and education. At South Africa, Smorden provides WASH and program management. Smoothie's presentation this morning, or whatever time you're joining at this webinar, will outline South Africa's water, sanitation, and hygiene work and how it links perfectly vis-a-vis health, nutrition, and agriculture. So please welcome with me Let's welcome Smorden for his presentation. Over to you, Smorden.
Thank you so much, Joy, and welcome to everyone. Happy Food Day. As mentioned by Joy, I'm Smorden Tomoka, and I'm the WASH program manager based in Malawi. And I'm quite humbled today to share our water, sanitation, and hygiene work and how that links with nutrition and agriculture in order to achieve food and nutrition security amidst the changing climate. The theme for 2023 is water is life, and the water is food, and I leave no one behind. And this theme underscores Self-Help Africa's integrated approach that combines WASH and the food, nutrition, and agriculture. So today I'll share our organizational WASH work and how that links with nutrition and agriculture. And then I'll basically give Malawi as a case in terms of examples of how we are linking WASH and bolting it to nutrition and agriculture. So in terms of contents, just very briefly, I'll basically give a brief overview of our WASH work and what we do. And then I'll also share why WASH is important and how that links with health, nutrition, and agriculture. And I'll also share examples of our work for nutrition and agriculture outcomes, and also share ideas to secure the future of food. So these are future ideas that we have in place to ensure that we secure the future of food. So in terms of our introduction to water, sanitation, and hygiene, our work globally spans 24 ongoing projects. This is across 10 countries, and this also includes Malawi. And in Malawi, it actually spans across 12 ongoing projects in 15 districts. And you may wish to know that our WASH work is either standalone or integrated, whereby we have a WASH component as a component in other sectoral programs. For the purpose of this webinar, we'll be talking about how we are both in WASH, in nutrition, and agriculture. Our WASH work basically covers community WASH. This is to do with water, sanitation, and hygiene, targeting the communities. And we are also targeting the institutions with water, sanitation, and hygiene. This includes schools as well as healthcare facilities. And then we are also trying to strengthen the WASH governance and systems so that we can deliver sustainable services at scale. And given also the humanitarian challenges that we are facing, we are also including humanitarian WASH response and recovery into our projects. So our objective is basically threefold. The first is to improve health. And then secondly is to create and reinforce sustainable livelihoods. And then the third aspect is to strengthen resilience and climate change. Now, the question is, why do we do WASH? Basically, we are doing WASH because of three things. The first, which is the primary objective, is to promote health. So we are aiming to achieve healthier lives for the communities that we are serving. So that is one of the reasons why we are doing WASH. And then secondly, we are doing WASH so that we can create and reinforce sustainable livelihoods. Actually, you will see this as a classic example because we are now using WASH to see how we can promote agriculture and we can promote nutrition in order to achieve both food security and nutrition security. And then the third reason is basically WASH for resilience and also responding to climate change and other disasters. So we are using WASH to respond to the disasters that we are facing in different countries. So these are the three main reasons why we are doing WASH. Now, you may wish to wonder how that now links with the topic for today, whereby we are looking at food. So within the organization, we are trying as much as possible to build synergies between WASH, nutrition, and agriculture. So we are bolting WASH into nutrition and agriculture because WASH helps to reduce diarrheal disease burdens and actually enhances productivity, especially for our farmers. For people to produce, they must be of good health. So that's where WASH plays a part to contribute towards agricultural production. Then secondly, WASH is important for achieving food and nutrition security and also keeping the farmers as well as also the livestock healthy. And then the third aspect is that WASH plays a strong role in agricultural inputs. So for example, we use water for irrigation to produce crops. And in terms of sanitation, you can use compost to grow crops. And then an area that we also want to evolve is also to produce feed using what we call black soldier flies. And then the fourth aspect is that WASH is important also for agricultural outputs, especially looking at food storage. We need to make sure that there is safe food storage and processing, and also throughout the safe value chains of food that we know. Now, I'll give an example of how our WASH work is supporting agricultural outcomes. So in terms of nutrition, we are using WASH to promote behavioral change around a number of practices with the reason that we want to make sure that we reduce undernutrition, okay? So one of the things that we are doing is to use safe water sources and promoting safe water sources by drilling or either rehabilitating water points. And also we are trying to ensure that the water that we are providing is of good quality. So household water quality treatment is actually key to ensure that the communities are drinking safe water. And one other thing that is even more important is proper water storage and utilization. So we are also promoting the usage of water within the households so that it is safe and clean. We also support with pot-to-pot coordination, as you can see in the picture there, whereby we support the communities to drink safe water through coordinated water. And then we also promote food hygiene, right from preparation, utilization, and also making sure that even during infant feeding, we have to promote messages around food hygiene and messages around proper water storage. And then the other aspect that we also promote that links with nutrition is ensuring that the households or communities and wash their hands at key critical times. Okay, this includes washing hands after handling a child feces, and also washing hands before and after cooking, as well as also after feeding the child. And then we are also looking at the environment, so making sure that the compounds are clean, where most of our infants crawl. So we also make sure that at least environmentally, the compounds are clean. And then most of all, we are also supporting the communities to build latrines and use latrines properly as part of Open Defecation Free campaign, and also supporting with some of the products that you can see there, whereby we are providing the saddle pants, which actually automatically closes and also are able to prevent the flies. Now, examples of how our wash weight links with agricultural outcomes. So, for example, for water, like I said previously, we are using boreholes for irrigation and also reusing excess water to support production in kitchen gardens. There are some examples of kitchen gardens there that have been provided on the pictures there. We are also reusing excess water from institutional hand washing facilities. This is mostly in schools, whereby we are using that excess water to irrigate the fruit trees. And also on hygiene, our focus is mostly on making sure that we promote positive behavior change around a number of issues, including nutrition, so that at least the communities that we are serving have got the knowledge on how they can prevent diarrheal diseases. And then for schools, we are also providing support to schools that are providing school feeding programs by ensuring that there's good hygiene practices, and also making sure that the kitchens that are being used to produce food are also clean, as well as also being tidy. Now, we also have ideas for the future in terms of ensuring that we secure the future of food. And also this is part of the country program strategy that we are currently implementing, which promotes wash and waste management. And in this one, we are basically trying to look at how we can generate food as well as compost for agricultural use. So through the introduction of black soldier fly, this is a friendly insect that feeds onto waste, and then in the process you can harvest the larva that can be used as feed for our livestock. That can also contribute to food security. And in the same vein, the residue from the food that is eaten by these black soldier flies can be used as biofertilizer. That can also be put in our gardens, and then that can also help to increase food security. And the other area that is of interest in the way we'll be implementing our new strategy is also looking at how we can integrate our water resources management to ensure that we improve climate resilience. Like I said, we are being faced with a number of disasters, and the fact that water is scarce, we also need to make sure that we take an integrated approach in water resource management. So this would look at issues to do with catchment improvements and also looking at multiple use of safe water. So these are the areas that we'll also be focusing on. And then lastly, we'll also be looking at how we can use WASH for market-based approaches, because this is an opportunity to promote market-based WASH-related products that can also help to improve livelihoods of the people that we are serving. So in short, I can say this is what I wanted to share so that we can appreciate how WASH links with nutrition as well as also agriculture. And you can actually see that the three are interlinked. And if we don't address WASH, then that can also undermine our efforts to achieve both food security and nutrition security. Over to you, Joy.
Very much, Smorden. Thank you for that elaborate, presentation. And I particularly like what you said about our WASH for healthy lives, WASH for livelihoods, and WASH for resilience. An amazing work you're doing. Q&A session, please, if you have questions, please do well to drop it in the Q&A box and all the questions together. But I have a few questions for you just from this presentation. You in Malawi would like to ask, learn more, especially around work with nutrition and agriculture. So my question is for you to give us some examples from your Malawi connectedness of nutrition and agriculture outcomes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Joy, for the question. You agree with me that, for example, looking at nutrition and WASH, if children are ill, they are more likely to become malnourished. And also, conversely, if children who are malnourished are more susceptible to diseases such as cholera. So already it shows there is that link, especially in terms of the issues that are arising. And because of that, we are doing everything possible to ensure that we support and build our WASH work into the ongoing nutrition projects. One, by promoting proper hygiene and also trying to influence positive change through hygiene. And we don't only stop at hand washing, but also we look at other messages around nutrition. We do it food safety and 5 keys of food safety, making sure that at least there is that linkage between WASH and nutrition, because the two are quite interlinked and they depend on one another.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. The two are interconnected. Can you share some examples of this work that kind of link to each other?
Come again, you broke there. I didn't get the final question.
Sorry. I was asking if they are very, very interconnected. They both rely on each other, but I wanted you to share some of the outcome, some of our participants, because we want this to be as drop us comments in the chat, and I'm going to just quickly read out some comments. I also acknowledge that to manage time, we're going to take all questions at the end. But comment session, and Oscar is saying this is a good presentation. He particularly liked that it's quite integrated approaches, and he's asking that we share the slides. So I will allow for the organizers to respond to that. asking for the slide. I think people really like this. And somebody gave a recommendation that we should give a recommendation around considering partnership marketing with private sector companies like Nestle. It feels that cooperation is vital for success. Yeah, one of our values to collaborate. Smorden, because of time, I need to go to the second panelist. My question would be, what are your ideas? What ideas do you have? What is the future of food? Just considering our context, especially in Africa, with everything and all of that, what do you envisage as the future for food?
Yes, thank you so much, Joy. Like I said, our new country program strategy, which also talks to our organizational strategy, looks at wash and waste management as key components. And we've just realized that at least we can utilize the waste to produce some valuable items out of that. And probably by making sure that we introduce the black soldier flies that can feed on the waste. So in the process, it means we are also trying to manage the waste. And at the same time, we are also trying to produce the feed that can be used by the livestock, and also use the residues as fertilizer that can also be used in the gardens. I also mentioned about how we want to do more in terms of climate resilience, because we've seen quite a lot of disasters happening. So we want to make sure that we focus on integrated water resource management, because we appreciate that water is used for multiple purposes, and we must manage it efficiently and effectively. So integrated water resource management is key to ensuring that we manage the water that is currently scarce and needs to be used for various purposes. So these are the key things that we are trying to move into, trying to evolve our work so that we can deliver sustainable work to the community that we are supporting. Okay.
Thank you so much, Smorden. I think the future with what you share looks bright. Sure. Appreciate you. Okay. Sorry, I learned that the internet, my connection is dropped. So my second speaker, second speaker is Shafqat. Second speaker, and I'll be inviting our second speaker to private sector engagement specialist with concern worldwide in Pakistan. Shafqat is a certified tourist in Pakistan and has contributed to the field through developing technical guidelines and research papers on food and nutrition security. Effective irrigation is vital to grow food within a changing, challenging climate. To present to us how to explore high efficiency irrigation systems in use for small. Welcome, and over to you.
Thank you so much. Am I clearly hearable? Okay, thank you.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Slides too, yeah.
So thank you so much. I'm very honored to be here with you guys, and thanks to the Self-Help Africa team. Today is a very important day, and I'll be sharing more about the water saving and its links with the food security and livelihoods, and also with the gender as well. So my presentation is more about the what are the roles water is playing in our food production and nutrition, and then water shortage, what are the challenges that we are facing about the food insecurity globally, how we can make our agriculture system or food system more sustainable, and what are the high efficiency irrigation systems, different type of system that normally we use and can save water for our food production and for other uses as well. So if I share the like some figures, facts and figures. So about water is very important, especially for the agriculture production and also for the food production, whether it is like livestock or whether it is like agriculture production. Water is the prime or important component of it. And when we see the like 70% of the all fresh water is basically used for the irrigation purposes, especially in the agriculture system globally. And if we see the like 38% of the irrigated lands are equipped by irrigation with groundwater. So we are like pumping water from ground, and then we are irrigating it like a flood irrigation system normally, which is happening in most of the countries throughout the world. So if we see the relationship of water with the gender perspectives, so women and girls are responsible for fetching water, like 7 out of 10 households without supplies of on premises. So water scarcity is a global issue and affects millions of people, especially women and girls. Because why women and girls? Because 80% of the water it is like fetched by the women and girls, and they are responsible. They have to walk like up to 6 kilometers to fetch water. If we go to the more remote or affected areas, or especially like I'll share one example from Pakistan. We have a drought affected area, so the water sources are more far, and to fetch 1 bucket of water, women has to like it takes like 2 to 3 hours to fetch that 1 bucket of water from that well. So this is the situation in the globally and also in other countries as well. So if we see the again the lack of access of to safe water and sanitation facilities also puts women and girls at risk. Also, there is chances of abuse, attack, or ill health affecting their ability to study or work and live in dignity, because they have spent more time on fetching water instead of their education and other health related activities. So in addition to consumption of unsafe water can be harmful for the health, both for the mother and for the baby. If we talk about the malnutrition point of view, it has more effects on the health of the mother and the child, the baby. So access to safe water at home gives women hope, health, and opportunity. How? We will discuss later. So you might have read about this, the photosynthesis process, where we have like water is like a major component to through which the nutrients basically flow from the root system to the leaves and to the food production and in the crop production systems. So from this system, we see that water conservation, water saving, energy saving, monetary benefits. The second benefit of water is agriculture production or production productivity. It is adaptation to the climate change, resilience building, and also during the droughts, for example, if you are working in the arid zone areas. Then the food security, if we want to show the food security, we need water. And we also need the irrigation's efficiency, like how to better use our with optimum water, we get more production out of that. So this is the one of like a situation of different types of when we do like a flood irrigation in a soil. We have situation which is the first top layer, where we have more water vapors in the soil pores. So basically that is in these conditions, plants are not able to take that nutrients from the soil, and it waits till the condition comes to the field capacity. So once we have the field capacity, then the plant is able to take those nutrients from the soil for the production of crops. And then we have the wilting point, which is below that field capacity, where we have less water available for the root system. So this is another type. We'll see another example of this one. So I have from the saturation and the black side, then we have field capacity, then have wilting point. So what happens when we do like flood irrigation? So this is the situation. It starts with the saturation, and it attached like connect with the field capacity, but it also goes to the wilting point as well. So it is like a zigzag situation. In some parts of the land you will have field capacity, and some part of the land you will have saturation or wilting point. But using high efficiency irrigation systems or a drip irrigation system, we have more like the condition is more like a field capacity, which is the ideal situation in which if we keep like water in that situation, then the root system basically get all the nutrients that are available for the in the soil for the plant. So in this field capacity situation, they actually get all the nutrients and water as well from the soil. So if we see the efficiency of different irrigation systems, this is the situation. So most efficient one, and the downward we have the least efficient. So if we start from the top one, we have drip irrigation, then we have the sprinkler irrigation, then we have bubbler irrigation, furrow irrigation, and flood irrigation. I'll share some of the example of these irrigation systems as well. And if you see the efficiency of these systems, so for drip irrigation, we say that it's like more than 80%, or even you can take it to 95% as well. So 95% water will be used by the soil, through soil by the plant, and there will be chances like 20 to 5 to 20% of losses due to in the soil. If we see the sprinkler one, that is 40 to 60%. In some condition, it is more, but there are chances of like 30 to 40% are chances that water will be wasted, but the 60% water will be used by the system. If we see the bubbler one, or the furrow irrigation system, or even the flood irrigation system, the efficiency of water is like 20 to 30%, which means like 80% of water is lost when we do like flood irrigation in our lands. So that's why we kept it in the lower or least efficient. So there are different irrigation systems I have shared with you. In the flood one, we have border irrigation, furrow irrigation, and basin irrigation systems. Under the high efficiency irrigation systems, we call it like drip irrigation. Then we have the family drip irrigation system, which is for the small farmers or small holders. Like if you have very small space, you can use these family drip irrigation systems. Then we have the sprinkler irrigation system, then micro sprinklers, pop-up sprinkler, central pivot, and linear pivot system. So we'll see all these different irrigation systems. So then the flood one, this is the one normally when we do irrigate this. I'm sharing this example from Pakistan when we irrigate our wheat crop. So this is the situation. So this is the saturation basically stage where plants are not able to take any nutrients from the soil. So they have to wait till the water is less, and the condition of soil condition is like become field capacity level. Then the plant will get that nutrients and water from the soil for its growth. And this is furrow irrigation. It is more, you can say, bit saving as compared to the flood one. Normally, furrow irrigation is used for the cotton sowing in Pakistan. So this is the condition here. This is kind of a basin irrigation system. More, you can say, like we are saving water. But again, it is like it's one of the type of the flood irrigation system, but its efficiency is a bit better than the normal border irrigation system. So in the high efficiency irrigation systems, we have different types. One is the drip irrigation. which you might have heard about it. We have different types. One is the integrated one, and the other one is the online one. So in integrated one, the one which is used for more for the, even we can use it under the soil condition, or we can, the online one, we use it for the upper, like for if you have a fruit orchard, so we use that for the online drip irrigation system. And under the sprinkle irrigation system, we have different types and for different crops, and so for the ornamental areas as well, like micro sprinklers, perpendicular irrigation, so central pivot and linear pivot system. This is the model of like a standard drip irrigation system, where we have like a well or a source of water from where we get water. Then we have different filter systems so that we provide clean water, because the drippers are very minute, and it will be blocked if there are some impurities in it. So what we do, we put different types of filters which sends like a good quality of water without any impurities, and it goes directly to the root zone of the plant. So this is a kind of you can say that a normal or standard drip irrigation system is for major area. So advantages of micro irrigation or drip irrigations is that it enhances the crop yield, quality improvement of produce, uniformity of water application, low application rate, controlled root zones environment, water placement, improved disease control, difficult terrain, you can use it for that one. Problem soil, we can use it, drip irrigation in that one as well. Water conservation, chemical application efficiency, improved tolerance to salinity. Even it works well in the saline soil as well. Energy conservations also, like in flood irrigation, you have to pump water, so it takes more energy. Even if you compare with the drip one, it consumes less one. Then again, reduced labor cost and also improved crop control. So as I mentioned with you that when we do this drip irrigation, so the soil is more in the field capacity situation. So what happens? Plants get that nutrients and also water from soil in the amount which is required for the plant. So if you see this three examples, one is the furrow irrigation system. This is the normal flood irrigation that we do for the cotton. And then you can see the situation after that when the irrigation is finished. But in drip irrigation, basically what happens, we do irrigate our plants on a daily basis with less time, and the soil condition is more in the field capacity, and basically what happens, the condition of the plants is much more better than as compared to the one we do in the flood irrigation system. So this is one of the example I'm quoting from Pakistan that we did it. So what happens in the yield in the traditional as compared to the drip irrigation system? So we have different crops like cotton, sugarcane, cucumber, under tunnel farming, capsicum, chili, and onions. And these are the comparisons, and you can see that the increase in percentage of yield, like 32-78% in sugarcane, 30% in cucumber, capsicum 25%, chili was 55%, and onion was 50%. So these were the increase that was basically we received after the different system and comparisons at the same time. So this was the ton, the unit was ton per hectare per acre. Sorry. So again, the sprinkler system, when the example is from the sprinkler irrigation system, we use it for the sugarcane as well, and also we use the drip irrigation as well for that one. So one, as I've shared with you earlier, that the uniformity is that each plant gets exact amount of water which is required for that plant at that growth stage. So what happens when we have like a different types of in a, like a weather situations? At one time when the temperature is high, so the plant water requirement is much more higher. So we can adjust that water requirement in our system, and we can provide that much amount of water which is required at that time. For example, if we have in summer season, so the water requirement will be higher, and we can adjust that timings of the dripper system. And if it is less required, then we can reduce the time of the irrigation system, which will ultimately save our water, energy, and other labor system as well. Even for example, if we are doing in the flood irrigation, we have to fill the whole land with water, and then we have to wait till the field capacity so that the plant take that water from the soil. So again, I've shared this example. So what happens? Only we irrigate the plant zone. So you can say that there will be less weeds in the crop if we are applying this drip irrigation system in it. So it also saves use of chemical or sprays or something that we do normally in commercial farming or in normal farming as well.
Hello, Shafqat.
Yes, please.
I mean, sorry, because of time. Thank you. But you can try to wrap up in like 1 minute. Thank you.
Okay, 1 minute. Sorry, 1 minute. So these are the figures for the water that we normally water savings. I'll share these slides with you, then you can see different tips. So this is one of the, we do this fertilizer application through drip irrigation as well. These are the different types of systems that we use. Okay, so this is one which is more related, the family drip irrigation system. You can make your own system if you have a small places, like a very small place or for kitchen garden, or if you are working, like if you have small keyhole garden or any kitchen garden. So you can also design your own drip irrigation system, and you can use drip irrigation in any terrain, any undulated areas as well. These are some pictures from the sprinkler irrigation system. This is bubbler for, you might have seen these linear and sprinkler systems. These are the conditions of, yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Shafqat. I know you have say, which we do appreciate, but just in the interest of time, we want to say go straight into 2 questions, one from my hand and one from one of our participants. Let me start. The question from Oscar, and is asking about drip irrigation. Efficient, yet it needs a high investment, both in material. Highlight how this can be quickly adopted, especially for low-income households. Humidity and temperatures remain elongated for the most of the year. And then I'm going to add the second. In your presentation, you had mentioned that women and girls are actually responsible for fetching water in. How does this irrigation impact on women and girls specifically from your experience?
Thank you so much. So for the first question, I totally agree with Oscar. So it is a bit expensive, but we can, like I shared with you, that if you have a small area, you can design your own system as well. There are materials are available. The term which I used is the family drip irrigation systems. If you Google it, or I can also share, this is my email address as well. So you can come to me and I can share with you how cost effectively we can design these systems. Like in Pakistan, in concern, we used these family drip irrigation systems, and it is like much more cheaper as compared to the one which is available in the market system. So you can only if you purchase some laterals or some drippers, so you can even design that system for very small amount, like I will say that $5 to $10 or $15 maximum amount for one system for a land for a family. Or even if you want to cut that one, you can do it with very simple pipes as well. So it is doable. I agree that that would be not that much efficient as the one we normally use in the for the major crops, the drip system. But again, it could be because we can reduce the cost through the family drip irrigation system. I'll come to the second point of the that you mentioned about the gender one. So like 90%, I was just reading one article this morning, and it says that 90% of the wood and water is collected by the women. And if we see the 90% water is fetched by these women, and they spend more of their time on the water collection, and then if we don't have this efficiency of water and we just use that water like a flood to our crops or a small garden, which means that we are putting those women and girls more, so we're increasing their burden as well. So if we involve those women and girls in these kind of high efficiency irrigation systems projects, the report says that we can increase 20 to 30% of the production at the household level. So there are different types of ways and different types of irrigation system where we can save this water system. But again, it is very important that we should involve all our women and girls, and we should train them on these high efficiency irrigation systems. I would love to share more example. If somebody is interested, please do let me know through my email or through my WhatsApp number, and I'll share some like localized examples of the family drip irrigation system. Thank you.
Shafqat, so I've been kind of got a few is not stable, so I'll keep my camera, I'll keep it close and improve on the quality of the connection. I actually have two different ones, but it seems like we're going to go to our third and final panelist. Mekides Wolde is Self-Help Africa's Ethiopia's gender and nutrition advisor, professional experience in child nutrition, nutrition sensitive agriculture, operational research. She has worked at Awasa University as a research published on determinant of underweight children. Over to you, Wolde. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Jay, thank you very much. First, I would like to say Happy World Food Day. Water is food, and water is life. Leave no one behind. Saying this, today I am going to share with you SHA Ethiopia, SHA Ethiopia keyhole garden experience. We have implemented keyhole garden in R4 projects. This R4 project has 8 months inspiration donated by WFP and KfW. It has a goal to improve food security, nutrition security, as well as livelihood of 54,000 smallholder farmers. From this, 40% of them are women. It has different specific objectives. The first one is to increase resilience of food insecure smallholder farmers, especially prone to climate risks, using social safety nets, risk transfer mechanisms like insurance, and also other financial services. Also, it has an aim to improve soil, water, and natural resource management of these smallholder farmers. As the name indicates, it has 4 components. It has risk reduction through climate resilience assets, also risk transfer using like insurance scheme. Also, it has risk retention mechanism through saving and lending groups. And the final R4 component is the microcredit or prudent risk taking. This is our geography area where the R4 is being implemented. It is in northern part of Ethiopia, in Amhara region. We have 16 districts. So the rationale behind the keyhole garden is that the prevalence of undernutrition, especially stunting, is very high in project implementing area, in which 41% of children are stunted, as indicated by EDHS 2019. And also dietary diversity of households is very poor, in which consumption of fruit and vegetable is very low in project implementing area. Also, nutrition intervention have been implemented to overcome these problems. So we have different nutrition sensitive agriculture intervention. The first one is the keyhole garden. The other, we have nutrition education, WASH, to improve practices of food and nutrition security, as well as nutrition status of under 5 and pregnant and lactating women, especially through production of a wide variety of vegetables throughout the year. So this keyhole, as you can see from the picture, this keyhole garden is being promoted to overcome dietary diversity of the household, as well as micronutrient intake of pregnant and lactating women, as well as children. Named keyhole garden because of its shape. As you can see from the picture, it is circular. It is easy to manage. It is easily accessible for older people as well as people with disabilities, and also elderly people with chronic illness like HIV/AIDS can use recycled wastewater. This is the main advantage of the keyhole garden. Also good for dry areas because of it uses less water. Also, it can provide improved nutrition for a family 6 years around. As you can see from the picture, they are using wastewater, so it is recycled. So this keyhole garden also uses small land size, so it's very good for densely populated areas, especially with small plot of land. Works well in semi-arid areas with shortage of water. Incorporates layers of organic matters, so it uses organic matter as a compost. So we have provided practical training on construction and management of keyhole garden, and also vegetable production for 183 females and 173 males. We have piloted or demonstrated 20 keyhole garden, and also we have procured 231 kg of 7 varieties of vegetable seeds like carrot, tomato, cabbage, lettuce, and spinach for selected women beneficiaries. We have different success stories from this keyhole garden intervention. As we can see from the picture, Zabe, she is one of our beneficiary. She lives in one of our districts in Ebnet Sarmeder. She has seven children, 3 females and 4 males. She was enrolled as beneficiary under R4 project, undertaken different initiatives or different activities, but she was successfully implemented the keyhole garden. She can construct the keyhole garden. Also, she can also planted kale, which is a local cabbage. She harvested kale from 3.1 meter square plot of keyhole garden. she said the advice and support I received from the R4 project team helped me to better understanding nutrition and the value of keyhole gardening. So she can able to produce kale or local cabbage from this keyhole garden. As you can see from the picture, they start to consume vegetable in their staple diet.
I Wolde, sorry to interrupt. Can you try to wrap up? Apologies in like a minute because of time.
Okay. Thank you. So in addition to these keyhole garden constructions, she also learned the importance of nutrition for her children, also for her family. Also, she understands the causes of malnutrition very well due to this intervention. We have different lessons learned from the keyhole garden. The first one is integrating the keyhole garden intervention with nutrition education is very important. Also, prioritizing water scarce areas for the keyhole garden intervention because it uses less water for production. Also, integrating this keyhole garden intervention with other gender-sensitive activities is very important because it may result a very good one because we have family life model. So we have a plan also to integrate households with keyhole garden also. Demonstrating the keyhole garden in farmers' backyard is very important because neighboring households can easily learn from their neighbors. Also linking or using the existing extension system is very important to scale up such intervention. As a challenge, there was a security problem. Also, increased number of malnourished women and children due to that route. And also feeding practice, they don't have.
Sorry, Mekides, I think I'll just try.
Thank you very much. I have already done. So
thank you. We have a few
challenges. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and my apologies. I think we stole from your time from the other panel.
Yeah, thank you. I have already.
My apologies, but it's just the time. We have a few questions for you, but very first question, and if you could just give us a few more minutes, we are trying to wrap up now. A question, I'm happy in areas where there are limited water resources. Our question will be around what are the overall the approaches? What are the benefits? Then if you can just start with that, I would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Joy. Yes, it has advantages and the other regular gardens because it uses a limited or a less amount of water. Also, it uses a wastewater. It is implemented in a small plot of land. So also, in addition, it has also very helpful for people living with disabilities and elderly people because it is a vertical one they can easily access. Yeah.
Very much. So someone is asking, what is the scale? Matthew is asking, what is the scale of keyhole garden for now? Can you give us like an idea of major?
Sorry, Joy.
So we have two questions. I'll just match them together and that'll be fine now. Sorry, everyone. My internet is...
Yeah.
The major challenges of using keyhole garden and the scale of keyhole garden. Thank you.
When we compare with other intervention or with other regular gardens, it has so many advantages. But as a challenge, we face like to scale up. It needs some extension system or other existing structure because it is implemented in every farmer's backyard. So it needs a wide range of intervention because it is implemented at household level. Otherwise, it has no major challenges to do or to implement this intervention. Yeah.
Thank you. And what is the scale? The scale, like the scope, currently?
Okay. So the scope or the scale of this keyhole garden intervention is just to improve nutritional status of women and children, because consumption of micronutrient rich is very poor in Ethiopia as well. So we have a scope to reach to malnourished women and children, also to reduce undernutrition in our project implementing areas.
I'm sorry, I won't be able to take any other question. Just to let us know, we have via email. So if you're interested, you can drop your email address. We've come to the end of this webinar. We'll close the webinar. Thank you, everyone. And again, my apologies for the internet issue.